31 years of debates continue tonight as the anniversary of the controversial Roe v. Wade decision heats up Fort Collins.
Then, late last month, a cow in Washington state tested positive for mad cow disease. See how Colorado consumers are dealing with the fear.
And music lovers can now hear their favorite tunes on the internet thanks to a local radio station.
For Thursday, January 22nd, 2004, you're watching CTV News.
Debates continue tonight here in Fort Collins as demonstrators in front of the Planned Parenthood building held signs to express their views on the legalization of abortion that began 31 years ago today. Welcome to CTV News. I'm Josh Farmer.
And I'm Megan Kemp. Thanks for joining us. The legalization of abortion in the United States was passed in 1973 under the Roe v. Wade Supreme Court decision. Since that time, the decision has remained a hot topic for people of all backgrounds throughout the nation. Peggy Lunan of Life and Liberty for Women of Fort Collins joined demonstrators to voice her support for the ruling.
I want people to stand up and say, you know, it's my right to make that decision based on my own set of religious and moral values. And that's what I want the law to reflect. What's interesting is that Roe versus Wade respects everybody's personal opinion about abortion, and that's the way we'd like people to view it.
Opposition to the decision has also remained strong over the 31 years following Roe v. Wade. Rosemary Van Gorder of Larimer County Right to Life also appeared at the demonstration as a vocal opponent to abortion practices.
That we can't agree to disagree on this issue. It can't be done because it is such a black and white. It's the taking of human life, and we are called to stand in the gap and witness to those in our society that have forgotten that it's legal, remind them that it is immoral and it needs to be changed.
Last November, President George W. Bush signed into law a bill to eliminate partial birth abortion in the United States. Many political followers believe that the 2004 presidential election may significantly impact the future of the Roe v. Wade ruling.
And the year's first test of Democratic presidential candidates came to a close yesterday, with Massachusetts Senator John Kerry posting a critical early victory in the Iowa caucuses. Senator John Edwards of North Carolina placed second, and in a surprise drop-off, Vermont Governor and former frontrunner Howard Dean fell to the third spot. The Iowa caucuses are the first in a series of primary elections that will help to determine President Bush's opponent in the 2004 election. The race now turns to New Hampshire, where the first primary will be held next Tuesday. And with the end of the Iowa caucus comes the end of a long and eventful political career for Missouri Congressman Richard Gephardt. Gephardt announced on Tuesday that he will withdraw his bid for the presidential nomination and end his 27-year political career following a fourth-place finish in Iowa. During his 14 years as congressman, Gephardt served 8 years as House Democratic leader and twice ran for the presidency, failing to win the nomination each time. Gephardt's tearful announcement came early Tuesday in the afternoon from his hometown in St. Louis, Missouri.
It was more than a year ago when Fort Collins resident and University of Northern Colorado student Lacey Miller was abducted outside her parents' home in Fort Collins. Miller's body was later found and her murderer convicted. Now police are in the process of a proposal, House Bill 1003, to stiffen penalties for police impersonation, as well as creating a new offense for the illegal possession of emergency lights.
First hurdle, it's got 5 more hurdles to go through, or 6, before it's actually signed into law. From here it'll go to the State Appropriations Committee, and then the state will look at the fiscal impact to see what that would be and whether the state can afford to do it.
If the bill does get signed into law, it would make police impersonation a Class 6 felony with fines ranging from $1,000 to $100,000 and jail time up to 18 months.
Like much of the nation, the northern Colorado beef industry is searching for stability in the wake of a mad cow discovery in Washington state at the end of last month. 2 cattle harvesting plants in the region recently laid off over 250 workers in anticipation of a drop-off in sales. Earlier today, I took a look at how the mad cow scare is affecting Colorado beef sales. When American families come together for the evening meal, there's a good chance that beef is still what's for dinner. Developments in the first known case of mad cow disease in the United States last month put the nation's beef industry in the uncomfortable position of reassuring consumers about the safety of their products.
The USDA targeted select animals to to be tested for this disease, and we were the first country in the world to put this measure into effect.
The USDA tests about 20,500 of the nearly 30 million cattle harvested for consumer use each year. That comes out to about 0.1% of the food supply. Still, that number is far greater than any other country without a known case of the disease, a fact that the beef industry is hoping will be reflected in consumer confidence. The Colorado Beef Council braced itself for the possibility of declining sales of beef by issuing widespread layoffs late last month. But here in the state of Colorado, the sales of beef have yet to decline.
I understand it's a problem, and I know they're looking at it, but you just have to trust the people that are in charge.
In spite of strong early numbers, the U.S. Department of Agriculture reports that beef prices at auction are down nearly 20%. But while the region's beef sellers fear the worst, lower prices may mean a bull market for the consumer. One of about 30 million cows harvested in the U.S. each year, and the diseased cow came not from the United States but from Canada.
Over winter break, Colorado State lost one of its most beloved faculty members. Vice Provost of Faculty Affairs Dr. Alan Tucker drowned while vacationing in Mexico. He is survived by his wife, 2 children, and 2 grandchildren. A memorial service was held on Tuesday so that family members and colleagues could commemorate his life.
Dr. Tucker was very, very well respected at the institution. He was well liked. He was the sort of person who made you feel valued and important when you were speaking to him. He genuinely enjoyed interacting with people, and so the whole campus feels a tremendous loss.
A Dr. Alan Tucker Memorial Scholarship Fund has been set up. If you would like to contribute a donation, you can call 1-886-278-4483. And we'll be right back.
Call the Center for Drug and Alcohol Prevention and the Center for Health Promotion and quit gambling with your life.
Classifieds, how may I help you?
Place it, find it, buy it, sell it, rent it. All this and more with the Rocky Mountain Collegian Classifieds, as low as $4.50 a day. Call 491-1686, 491-1686.
The setting sun tonight as the first week of the semester comes to an end. Temperatures reached the upper 40s today, and that will continue for the next couple of days. However, a change is in the works next week as winter returns, bringing snow and cold to the Fort Collins area.
Yesterday, investigators took possession of a Fort Collins home that contained an active meth lab. Stephanie Gross and her 4-year-old daughter were living in the house and were taken away for decontamination. Investigators found many security cameras, audio equipment, several guns, and a scanner that was sent to the Larimer County Sheriff's Office. Gross and her husband John were both arrested on scene, and the Larimer County Department of Social Services took custody of the 4-year-old girl.
Don't touch that dial, or is it don't click that mouse? The radio station that was once only on air is now available online. CSU's very own radio station, KCSU, is now webcasting and can therefore be heard all over the world. This could completely revolutionize the way radio is broadcasted.
It's really easy. All you need to do is have a computer, have internet hookup, log on to kcsufm.com, and then click on our link that we've got on the top of the page.
KCSU is just a click away on any computer by using Windows Media Player or Shoutcast. The website can be heard at kcsufm.com anytime KCSU is on air. Members of KCSU are all very excited about the new edition and think that it will increase their chances for winning even more awards. And with a broader audience, KCSU staff and DJs will, as always, put their best voice forward.
Colorado State University's parking services is offering students a new and convenient way to pay for parking violations. The department has set up a program that now allows students to pay for their ticket online. This system was created to give students an easier access to pay for their tickets and provide them with more accessible information.
But in addition to being able to buy the permits online, they also can go in and appeal citations, pay citations, and they can actually look at their account now and see, well, did I get that ticket or not? Is it on my account, and where does it stand? Or how an appeal stands on their account as well. So those are all new services.
If you have any questions concerning parking violations, you can contact the Department of Parking Services by calling 491-2041. You can also visit their website at www.parking.colorostate.edu. And Chris Dittmer now joins us with sports. And Chris, I hear from reliable sources that our basketball team is having a rough season.
Well, those sources are correct. Coming up, I'm going to get you up to date on the men's team struggles, and I'll also show you an exciting finish to last Colorado Eagles hockey game. It's all coming up in 2 minutes. Don't go away.
It's the place for taking care of business and the place to buy and sell textbooks. It's the place for staying connected, student organizations, leadership programs, and more, all right here. It's the place to eat. It's the place for entertainment. There's always something happening at the LSC. Movies, art exhibits, and special performances. Check it out online.
The Lowry Student Center is definitely the place to be.
Work, play, home, away. Millions of people riding every single day.
It's your thing. Do what you want to do.
Monday to the park, Wednesday to the pool. Every other Friday volunteering at the school.
Transport, wherever life takes you.
And now, CTV Sports with Chris Dittmer.
The CSU men's basketball team came into this year with expectations that were perhaps just a bit too lofty. This past Monday, the Rams were on national TV on ESPN's Big Monday against the Utah Utes. Things started out well, but went downhill fast. To the highlights we go. We'll take you straight to the second half because that's where this game was won and lost. Utah's Tim Drism gets swatted by Matt Nelson, and the big man would finish with 3 blocks on the night. The Utes utilizing excellent ball movement and route to 63% shooting in the second half. Richard Chaney hits the tray, and Utah starts to pull away with an 11-point lead. The Rams would try to mount a comeback, much like Florida State did tonight. CSU's Derek Stevens moving the ball around at the top of the key, dumps it off to Ronnie Clark, who lets Nelson finish over Andrew Bogut and complete a 3-point play. Nelson led the Rams with 17 on the night. So now you'd expect CSU to buckle down and make a defensive stop, right? Well, Chaney has other ideas with a huge dunk right after Nelson's 3-point play. Chaney was not done yet, though. A mere minute and 25 seconds later, after the Jacobson missed free throw, he gets the ball back and drains another 3. The end insult would come late in the half when Clark loses handle of the ball and Josh Olson has no trouble finding a streaking Bogut who gets the pseudo alley-oop, and that's all she wrote. A 10-0 run gives the Utes a 67-49 win. Cheney hot in the second, and Jacobson puts in 18 points as well. After the tough loss, CSU will try to get their first conference win this Saturday night versus the San Diego State Aztecs. SDSU boasts one of the conference's best players in Eric Sanders, who nets 16.9 points and 10.4 rebounds a game. After that, it's another Monday night contest versus the UNLV Rebels. On the other side of the coin, the women's basketball team will hit the highway after last weekend's stint at Moby Arena. A win over BYU a week ago and a loss to Utah on Saturday gives the Rams an even record in conference going into this weekend. Tonight, the Rams try to avoid the bright lights of the Strip and enjoy the lights of the Thomas & Mack Center in Vegas. The Rebels are riding a 7-game winning streak and sit second in the conference. The Aztecs welcome CSU on Saturday night and upset the Rams last season at home, so revenge could be on the mind of Colorado State. The Colorado Eagles have been quite a pleasant surprise for hockey fans in northern Colorado. The team is first in the Northwest Division and has already racked up 27 wins on the season. Last Friday they took on Tulsa, and here's what happened. The score was 3-2 Tulsa before the Eagles' Lee Ruff evens the score at 3-3 and sends the contest into overtime and the crowd into a frenzy. After a scoreless overtime period, the CHL knows how to please the fans. Oh yeah, it's shootout time. The first 4 shooters put the biscuit in the basket, and the heat was on the goalies to make a stop. Eagles goalie Ian Baldrica ended up stopping 9 of 14 shooters, while the Oilers netminder Rod Branch matches Baldrica shot for shot. Finally, the goalies would step up and make some key saves near the end. Branch stops Aaron Grossol, and then it's Baldrica's turn to shine. But Jason Birmingham misses the net anyways, coming up right here. Quite an exciting format, something that many fans think the NHL should adopt as well. But he misses the net, and this sets the stage for the Eagles' first pick ever, Phil Crow. Crow ends the shootout at 14 players, and a truly exciting victory for the Eagles. This weekend, some more exciting Eagles hockey is on the way. Tomorrow night and Saturday night, Colorado takes on the bossier Shreveport Mudbugs. Yes, I said Mudbugs. Quite intimidating, I know. We'll see if the Eagles are up to the task. Friday's game starts at 7:05 p.m. and Saturday's starts at 3:15 p.m. The Mudbugs are atop their division as well, so it should be some great games. And you know, Josh, it's great to see a team doing so well this close to Fort Collins.
You never see a game with a shootout. Shootouts have to be one of the most exciting things in sports. That's great. I wish I could have been there.
Definitely, and me too.
And coming up in entertainment, if you missed out on the Martin Luther King Day, Samantha Anderson is going to be here to fill you in on all the activities that went on throughout the day.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ramblers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday night. Welcome to the Ramblers. I am Travis Huntington.
I'm Tyler Kraus. I'm Chris Dittmer. A great game this weekend.
Another huge game for the Rams.
Don't forget to tune in to the Ramblers every Tuesday night from 6 to 8 right here on 90.5 KCSU.
Campus service officers are the eyes and ears of the CSU Police Department. They provide safe walks to all students and are available 7 days a week. To request a safe walk, pick up an emergency phone on campus, call the Safe Walk line, or simply ask a CSO on duty. CSOs patrol and provide walks from Constitution to Matthews Street and Prospect to Mulberry Street. To be safely escorted to your destination, call 491-1155.
Emmy Award-winning campus television, winner of the 2003 Heartland Regional Emmy Award for Outstanding Student Achievement.
And now, CTV Entertainment News with Sam Anderson.
For those of you who took that extra day to sleep and recover from Christmas break, missed out on many Martin Luther King Jr. activities that took place here at CSU. Not to worry, I was there to capture some of the events that went on.
Students from all over the Fort Collins and Loveland community shared their gratitude toward Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. through a poetry and essay contest.
This is one of the highlights of my year. I'm privileged to be one of the judges for the Fort Collins entries, and I've done this for quite a few years now. I thought the essays and poems were particularly good this year. I thought a lot of the students wrote pieces that had a particular amount of thoughtfulness and courage in them. I think if we read the essays or listen to them on the radio tonight, that we'll maybe start to think about some social change in Fort Collins, and I think that'd be a super thing.
I wish that the world was a better place and that
Even the little guys, first grade and younger, shared words expressing their thoughts on Dr. King.
He helped what he did for me. He helped my life to be better today because I wouldn't be living in my neighborhood. I wouldn't be going to my school.
The poems and essays not only touch the hearts of parents and teachers, but students as well.
I thought it was really amazing that we have so many talented writers, and I thought it was a really great experience for all of us.
The celebration continued at the Oval, where singing and marching took place.
Let it shine, let it shine.
Samantha Anderson, CTV Entertainment.
The march continued to Linden Street, where Reverend David Miller spoke and addressed ways to get more involved in the community. Sad because you missed out on Fall Entertainment? Well, you have nothing to fear. The second annual Spring Entertainment will kick off Wednesday, filling the LSC ballroom with tents, tables, and lots of smiles. Entertainment is an event directed at students to help give them information about clubs, organizations, and programs.
Entertainment is a great opportunity for students to get a first-hand look at how to get involved on campus. And what I hope that they take away from it is, just because they're busy with classes and they don't think they can get involved, I want them to change their mindset to understand that what they do outside of the classroom can enhance their learning inside of the classroom.
Entertainment is scheduled for Wednesday, January 28th in the Laurie Student Center Ballroom. Admission is free to all students, and the event will run from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock. If you have any questions, you can contact the Student Organizations Office at 491-1115. You know the glasses, the witches and wizards. The mystery and magic of Harry Potter filled the Lincoln Center Saturday for the annual Kids Concert. The Fort Collins Symphony Orchestra performed the popular music library of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Apprentice under the direction of Maestro Wes Kinney. Performers were dressed as Harry Potter characters and invited children to dress as their favorite character, as well as participate in the parade that followed. The annual event is meant to introduce children into the world of symphony music in a way that they can understand.
From the community that makes this possible. This is an educational program that we put on for the children of Fort Collins so that they can be introduced to symphonic music with a topic that they can relate to. And this year we used Harry Potter and the magic of music as our topic. So then,
for complete coverage of the event, tune in next Tuesday night. So Megan, if you missed out on Fall Entertainment, be sure to check it out this Wednesday.
Definitely, Josh, we'll have to go see that.
Not a big Harry Potter fan, but whatever.
Definitely. All right. Thanks, Sam. Stay tuned because coming up, we'll take a look at the fast food restaurant turned into a cyber cafe. You may be surprised at what it has to offer.
Students making 11,000 bike trips a day. Bicycle safety is important on the CSU campus. CSU Bike Patrol officers work to maintain safety and regulate bicycle traffic. They need your help. Obey all posted signs. Make sure you have a light on your bike at night. Walk your bike in dismount zones. Yield to pedestrians at all times. By doing these things, you will be maintaining bicycle safety at CSU. For more information, call 491-6425.
Hey Ram fans, CSU basketball is going strong this season, and if you've missed out on the action, it's not too late to join fellow Moby Maniacs in supporting your Rams. The men's and women's basketball teams are looking for your help to give Moby a home court advantage in their upcoming games. Bring your friends, bring your residence hall, bring your roommates, and bring yourself to watch head coaches Dale Lair and Chris Danker lead the Rams to victory in Moby Arena. Admission is always free to students. For more information, call 491-RAMS or visit csurams.com.
One radio, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, zero commercials.
Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. 90.5.
KCSU.
90.5.
This is your student-run radio.
It is your student-run radio station.
On your FM dial. Run by students, for students. It's 90.5 KCSU.
It gets me to class.
Do what you wanna do.
It's all about efficiency.
We're going to the mall.
It's my second set of wheels.
It's your thing. Do what you wanna do.
Transport, wherever life takes you.
Well, if you haven't been to the new McDonald's on Elizabeth, you'll be in for a big surprise. The McDonald's offers not only the classic Big Mac, but also an internet cafe and some very comfortable seating. This is definitely something you want to go check out if you haven't seen it yet. And thanks for watching. Remember to tune into CTV every Thursday night for your latest news, sports, and entertainment. Good night.
Good night.
For news, sports, and entertainment, you're watching Campus Television, Channel 25, weeknights from 8 to midnight.